I have been using the Anker PowerHouse 757 and 767 for more than half a year now, and I have a pretty good understanding of what they are capable of. In this review, I'm going to give you a quick comparison to show you the differences and their similarities. First of all, let's do a cutting test using the dewalt miter saw. That's a 12-inch dewalt miter saw, which is very powerful, and the starting surge power output is incredibly high. Normally, these power stations will not be able to power such a device like this. So we're gonna enable the AC outlet here. It shows 43%. I did not fully recharge this battery pack, testing it as is. It cuts beautifully. The saw did not hesitate at all. Okay, let's test the other power station, the 757. Enable the AC power output, 76%. Cutting the same piece of wood. The fan kicked off, so I can hear the fan noise already. The same result, looks beautiful. Now I'm going to move them closer so you can see a bit more details of these two power stations. All right, let's go over the design details. Obviously designed by the same manufacturer, so the look and feel are pretty much the same. Starting from the top, we got the LED light, which can be turned up. The brightness can be adjusted. That's no problem. There is no SOS mode, looks like. Yeah, I normally don't use this thing. Yeah, long press to get the SOS mode. Okay, and off. Starting from here, there is a display button that shows that enables this part. And we can see there is an additional Bluetooth button, which will be able to initiate the pairing, and it supports the 767 supports the wireless connection and Wi-Fi connectivity to wirelessly update its firmware setting, while the 757 does not support that feature. So I can remotely control this power station. It's all of its toggle switches, AC, DC output. It can be totally controlled, and I can also see its power output from my phone. It also has this additional, I believe it's called the TT30 or something port. It's clearly geared towards the camping related activities, and this one does not have that output. This is a 240 volts outlet. But the Tesla cannot be connected to this port due to the lack of adapters. So perhaps in the future, this could be used for charging Tesla at 240 volts. But these are both capable of charging my Tesla using its regular 120 volts outlet. These are no problem at all. This car socket is, it has two car sockets, 12 volt output. I believe this total power output is limited at 120 volts. I could be wrong. Don't remember all these specs off my head. These DC outputs, this USB-C is rated at 100 watts. I believe they're combined 100 watts output. It has three USB-C, the USB type A ports, the Anker's IQ technology. This is a GaN charger. This is also the gallium nitride, sorry, I forgot the name. GN prime, the GaN prime. This is the Anker's GaN charger, so they are highly efficient and with less heat output. There's also a power saving feature. Same here, it's a toggle switch. So it will power off these ports. Notice there is no physical switch. It will power off the the power station if there is very little power consumption going on. So that is, you will see there is a green leaf icon displayed in this area. It also shows us the remaining time, 1.4 days, based on the current power consumption. Okay, so that's everything in front. Obviously, you have wheels here, so I can easily drag it around. It's very, very heavy. And both are features the lithium iron phosphate battery cells, which means the battery life is going to be, like around 3,000 charging cycles, compared to the 500 to 800 charging cycles using the regular lithium-ion battery cells, which means even if I fully charge and discharge them on a daily basis, it's gonna last me like 10 years. So this is like the solar XT60 input. The charging speed is incredibly fast using the AC input. I believe, if I remember correctly, they both can recharge at over 960 watts, around the 1,000 watts range. Okay, moving over here, this part is quite heavy. Obviously, the capacity is much bigger on this power station. There's a fuse, so in the back it is pretty much the same, but the solar charging capability is a bit different. This is basically doubles the power input over there. This is like a 32 volts to 60 volts rated at 20 amps. This is 11 to 30 volts rated at 10 amps max. So if I remember correctly, this is like a 300 watts or 400 watts charging, 300 watts charging input. This is like 800 watts solar charging input. So if you are relying on this type of device for a very long time off the grid, I would totally go with this. Not only it has like larger capacity, but the recharging speed from the solar panel is gonna be significantly faster. It also supports the daisy chaining, an extension battery pack to further extend the capacity. This handle is very helpful if I want to move it around off the grid. And the wheels has a very high life span rating. Rolls over rocks, no problem. Yeah, and it's fully padded on the side. Yeah, I guess that's pretty much it. Nice handle. This part is fully padded, so I can theoretically, or usually, I put it in this position. That's no problem at all. Also fully padded down here. It is a 2048 watt-hour unit. So the capacity is much, much bigger on this one. Yeah, I forgot the total capacity. This thing is like 1.2 kilowatt hour. Yeah, 1,228.8 watt hour. Yes, that's the 757. Yeah, I'm currently working on my deck, so these devices are going to be very helpful for me to keep my power tools charged and keep the lights going on in the evening if I want to continue working on my deck. I highly recommend those power stations, very reliable. Thank you very much for watching.